Hello, awesome core people, and welcome to a long awaited State of the Discord. It's been a while, been a little too long. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Defiance. I am the originator and creator of Core Overwatch, the basically team incubator and organization that helped build and grow teams. And I am here to talk to you guys about what we're doing with Core, what our plans are going in the future. Also, talk about a little bit about our history for those who don't know, and kind of talk about some exciting new news that's coming up. So, to get started, we're going to talk about our history, and then we'll talk about some accomplishments, growth, our slowdown, our new chapter, some updates we're making, and then a launch in January that I want to talk to you guys about. So, to get started here, I guess we'll talk about the history. So Core Overwatch was at its peak was an organization that helped basically forge teams. We created teams from Platinum all the way through Grandmaster. They were under the Core branding. They played in tournaments and events. We also had amazing staff and people that were here that were part of our organization. Some of those people are now working for Overwatch League teams. They are working for contenders. They are working in the industry or with Overwatch directly, which is really awesome. And it's really cool to see that part of their story was with and through Core Overwatch, which is pretty awesome. So Core Overwatch started originally between two teams, two friendly teams, Team Black and Team White, because we were very creative and we were just having fun. It was just friends building teams and having fun scrimming each other. And that ran for a little while until one of the teams kind of fell apart and went their separate ways. So at that time, I really wanted to keep it going. So at the time, it was Brother Shaw and myself running two teams, Team Black, Team White. And his team was kicked our ass, but that's besides the point. And what happened is once that teams kind of fell apart, I really wanted to keep going. I really enjoyed playing Overwatch at its peak, which to me is when you play with a team. Overwatch, hands down, is best when you play with a team. And because comp sucks, and we all know that, because no one wants to play as a team. But playing as a team and playing organized and playing competitively is super fun, and that's how I enjoy playing Overwatch. So over a weekend, I created Core. It was just an idea I had in my brain. I was actually at a track meet event for my ex-girlfriend's daughter, and I was just on Discord, and I was on Reddit and everywhere just posting and recruiting as many people as I could. Brother Shaw, Axel, Jigster, a bunch of our old school people all helped me actually recruit and talk to these people and kind of pick out different people who are going to be our captains. And we just started building teams and we became a team incubator, and it was awesome and it was amazing. And I think at our peak we had like 15 or 20 core Overwatch teams. We had more over the years, but I mean, I think that was the most we had at one time. And it was amazing. It was amazing to have all these core teams, and then we had all these guest teams, and there were scrims constantly going on, and things were just going really, really well, and we're having a fun time, and it was just kind of casual to a certain extent, but everyone was being fairly serious about trying to get better. No, not everyone was trying to be professional, but people were being serious in whatever rank they were and whatever team they were with, which is really what my main focus was. I didn't expect everyone to be pro, but I wanted everyone to pretend or act like they were pro and be professional as much as they could when we weren't BMing each other. So we accomplished a lot between building really awesome teams and being a really good, well known for being a really good team incubator, because we had a really thorough process for teams to be built, and we would dismantle teams right away if we saw major issues and they weren't being resolved. We had a really respectable scrim showing of people and teams. We were very strict with our scrims. If people were BMing or causing issues or problems, we'd give them one warning. If it happened again, we'd kick them out entirely, entire team, all the players, everyone would just be kicked out. And that way we kind of garnered respect, because people knew that we wouldn't let trash people be here or people who cause problems or issues. We only wanted the best of the best, the people that were being respecting of one another and being professional. And then we got to the point where we started to want to build a league, because a lot of the other teams were complaining the other leagues weren't run very well. And a lot of the time those leagues were run by younger people or people who weren't experienced with running leagues or running organizations, and their rules were either confusing or people weren't responding. So we got a lot of demand from our teams that we built and the ones that were scrimmaging with us, saying we'd really like if you guys had a league, because we'd like how you run everything else, could you run a league? So we looked into doing that, and at that time there was this desire for that to happen, and we looked at the possibility of actually being able to profit from it and make some money and to kind of grow it in other ways, which would be good for everyone, because if we made money we could put it back into our teams and put it back into the system and grow, and that was kind of our plan. So I had two friends, Nick and Dalton, who came on board that were interested in building a company, which we actually did. We started a company called Core Empire, and we had big visions, and we wanted to go ahead and build this organization and see about making some money on the production and everything else. Our goal at that time was to be basically the league before contenders, right? So we wanted to beat out all the other ones that were out there. You went to core Overwatch, you played in their league, and then you got poached to go to contenders, and from contenders you went to Overwatch League. So that was kind of like our goal. And we wanted, again, help teams from platinum all the way up and help them, guide them to that direction if that's where they wanted to go. So we wanted to do really great production, really great quality work with it. So luckily both Nick and Dalton and I are all very picky people, very particular. We like certain quality things. So we wanted to make sure that it was going to be the best of the best if we were going to be producing it or creating it. So we started down that path, and we're getting really far along. We started getting some great casters who are now in Overwatch or in contenders, and we have other people that are working for social media that were all part of our organization at the time as we grew. Well, what happened was Blizzard came out with their terms of service, and basically anything that we did, Blizzard owned. So because of that, Nick and Dalton got a bit concerned about us being able to make money, and they had limitations on how much money you can make, and I was too. So they decided that they didn't see the value in it at that point in time, and that there was going to be the money we were hoping to make out of it to build the business and to build Core. So they decided to step away from the business, and I had asked, well, can I still retain Core ownership as far as the community goes? And they said, yeah, that's not a problem. We're going to go off and do that. You can retain the community. So I did that. And we went ahead and maintained the community. Brother Shaw was still here, and he was helping me with everything. But we both him and I kind of walked a bit away from Overwatch. So because we walked away from it, weren't playing as much, the community kind of slowed down and it got quiet. And we're still here, obviously. We've still been hanging out, but really haven't been doing much. And the Discord's just been kind of sitting here. And I'll be honest, it's really been more or less just embers. There's no fire there anymore. So the thing is there's a lot of stuff that's coming up. We have Overwatch 2 on its way, hopefully soon, and there's a lot of things going on, and we are just kind of excited to maybe bring some of this back. And this all sparked from the fact that, talking about a new chapter for Core, is that I met this guy Rook and Flute and some other people in another Discord for some teams that I play with, and they were really great. And Rook wanted to build his own community. He wanted to build his own team incubator. So him and I were talking about it, and I said, well, funny enough, I ran Core Overwatch. And he goes, oh, I know Core Overwatch. We played against Core Green and Core this and Core, and just started mentioning the teams, and he knew players, he knew people that were on the different teams and stuff, and there was enough that made me excited, because I'm like, oh, he knows who we were, that many years ago. And I said to him, I said, I have this sitting here. I said, it has the branding, the imaging, it had a great reputation. I would love to see it kind of come back. I don't necessarily want to do the day-to-day. I'm very busy. I'm married now, which is awesome. And I'm actually growing businesses with my wife. So we are very busy doing that stuff, which is awesome and wonderful and super excited. A lot of my stuff I've learned in Core is also carrying over to our businesses, which is really awesome. But I would like to see it come back, and I would like to be here to help shepherd it and make sure that it grows and it kind of heads in the direction that we would like it to. So after talking to Rook and talking to Flute and stuff, they all got really excited about the idea of bringing Core back and kind of just taking these embers and turning it into a flame and bringing Core back to its heyday. So basically what our goal is in the new chapters to kind of go back to where we were. We want to be a team incubator, so forge your team. And we want to offer really great scrims, and we do want to eventually build a league. We also plan on doing some pug stuff as well too, but we really want to focus on being a community that's focused on competitive Overwatch and team-based Overwatch. So we're not going to be doing as much casual stuff. We may, here and there for fun things. Of course, when we used to do State of the Discord, after we would play some fun games or whatever, someone have something cool now that we have the ability to be able to make our own game styles and stuff like that. So I'm sure there'll be fun things that we'll do here and there, but I think our main focus is going to be, again, forging new teams, building a community around competitiveness, and trying to focus on those sorts of things. So going forward, we are going to need some help, obviously, to make this point. So again, I'll be here as an administrator helping manage the back end of stuff. I won't necessarily be the point person like I used to be back in the day. I was the point person for just about everything. But Rook will be managing teams. Flute will be managing our brawler league, along with any pugs that he chooses to run, anything competitive, again, that we're looking to focus on. And we're also going to be looking for a few other people. We're going to be looking for scrim lead, someone to manage our scrims. It's not too much hard work, but it's just making sure teams are showing up on time and things. We ran pretty tight scrims. We checked in with teams, make sure things were okay. So we want to make sure we have someone that's a point person for scrims if there is any issues or problems with there about removing teams or players if need be. We're also going to be recreating teams, which means we need captains, we need players, we need coaches who want to volunteer to help those teams grow. If they have any interest in getting some more experience as coaches or just want to help in general, that'd be awesome. We also are going to need casters, people for production and graphics to help with the league stuff and even scrims. I mean, I liked when we did scrims and we had people cast scrims, which seems silly, but it gave our casters great opportunities to practice before the league. And it was also kind of cool to have these scrims, recorded and posted. You'll go back into the old core Overwatch stuff and we have videos in there of teams playing each other with casters. And it's fun. Again, it just helped everyone, gave everyone an opportunity to try to get better at playing, casting, coaching, whatever it was. It was really cool to have that element there. So I'd really like to see that again as well too. We are creating a sign up page that is underneath the announcement section in core on the Discord. So if you want to sign up for any things I mentioned for a leadership position, a lead position, if you want to do production, anything, graphics, whatever, let me know. We're planning on poaching all the best people we can from anywhere. So if you guys know quality people that work in other organizations or whatever, we don't feel bad about taking good quality people and bringing them here and having them help us build this. Plus, we also have connections with other people that used to be here. They're now part of Contenders Overwatch League. So I'm planning to reach out to them and talk to those guys as well too and rekindle those relationships we had. Again, we're not planning on doing a business necessarily right off the bat. If that is possible, we will. I'd love to sell swag again and stuff. We didn't really make any money on it, but it was fun. It was cool to have people have core Overwatch shirts and hoodies and wear that stuff. That was really fun to just kind of support our organization and support your teams and stuff, to have that available, which I thought was cool. So I'd love to do that again as well too. We will be bringing in 2 teams that will be coming in as core branded teams in the next week or two. That will be core Everfrost and core Defrost, one of the teams I actually play on. And they'll be coming in as 2 of our starter teams as we grow more. You'll be hearing from Rook and Flute in our announcement posts, so you'll see some announcements from them about what's going on and what the plans are going forward. And they will be, like I said, leading this and taking this on. I will still be here. I'll be in the back kind of managing little stuff here and there, so I'm not gone, but like I said, I have other things on my plate that need more of my attention on day-to-day basis. But I'll still be around and trying to, like I said, at least guide the ship, even if I'm not captaining it. So our plan overall, again, is to launch more or less officially in January. You will be seeing updates on the Discord. You'll be seeing updates on the website, on the core Overwatch Twitch, or the YouTube channel. So we're going to be updating all that stuff, new links, new everything. So all that stuff we're going to be updating. You'll see a lot of same familiar stuff as well too. Not everything is changing, but we are updating, make sure everything's current and active, and we're all one together. It's all one piece, and it's not all piecemeal and separate parts and stuff. I want to make sure everything looks good and is run really well. So again, launch kind of in January, hopefully getting ready for Overwatch 2. I'm excited to see what Rook and Flute and the other leads will be doing with core, and I'll be excited to be here as well too in the background, kind of just guiding, giving advice. I did it for quite a few years, so I know what to do, what not to do. Made some big mistakes, and I let Rook know and those guys, these things I'm happy we did, these things were bad for the community, so we're going to make sure we don't make the same mistakes we did before and make sure that the community is run really, really well and that everyone is happy and that things are progressing. And I don't want to make everybody happy. That's a bad decision to try to make everybody happy. I want to make all the reasonable people happy and do everything we can and make sure that it's the right thing to do is going to make sure our goal at the end of the day. So, but again, you'll be hearing from Rook and Flute and other people. I don't know if just via video or if they're going to do chats, or we may do a state of the Discord again and have all of us there to answer questions for anyone who is interested and actually wants to talk to us, not just type at us. You guys know, for those of you who know me, I like to talk and I like to be able to have conversations with people, not just type at each other. So I like you to know who I am and know who the rest of the leads are for core. So thank you again for anyone who actually took the time to listen to the video. I will have the TLDR for those who didn't want to watch it. That'll be posted as well too, or I guess it's too long didn't watch. But anyway, it was a pleasure to talk to all of you again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what core has to do in 2021. So hope everyone is well and safe, and we will see you guys on the other side soon. All right, thanks.